Yo, 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 welcome back to the Hulaham Hour, episode number 51 on November 26, 2025. Nick, what's good?
Let's roll Michigan.
Yeah. We're going to get into how we feel about Ohio State after the intro. Let's kick it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hulaham Hour. I am Kurtis. That is Nick. And just want to give a big shout-out again to Greg last week for being on the cast. Had a great hunting season again. Let's get right into it, I guess. Big news. As a Lions fan, we're going to be one of the first people to break it to you since it just happened about 2 hours ago. Frank Ragnow is coming out of retirement. And back with the Lions, baby. What a jolt to start our Thanksgiving Day game tomorrow. Nick, what are your overall thoughts on Mr. Ragnow coming out of retirement?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited. With how bad our offensive line has not looked the same this year, to hear that news just made me so excited.
Yeah.
We've been a decent team without him. We're going to be a lot better with him.
Yeah, I think Gibbs would have had 300 last week.
Or we would have been able to throw the ball because we would have actually had time.
So do you think it was one of those scenarios where Dan Campbell called him and was like, please come back, please come back? Or do you think Frank was kind of like, man, I really left these guys hanging to dry? What do you think the situation was?
I think it was more like a Brandon Graham in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They sat out for a little bit. Okay, you're still a contender, and now I see where you're hurting. Well, I can come back and help that. I think it was a mutual phone call that was like, hey, you could help us a lot. And he's like, I could. And here's a blank check. Let us know what you want. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, I'm very happy to see it. It really kind of shocked me in the first place. I think it kind of took everybody aside that he retired so early, and I understand, that the lifespan or the longevity of a career in the NFL is a lot shorter than it ever used to be, but damn, dude, it was a swift kick in the nuts, but my balls have retracted, and we're happy to have you back, Frank. So
to me, especially when it comes to linemen, there is no harder, ungratified position than being an offense or defensive lineman.
Yeah.
That makes or breaks your team, but you are the key to that team.
Yeah, because we've even seen when, like, Penny Sewell goes down, like, Gibbs goes from 6 yards of carry to 3, like that. I'm not saying one person really does that, but the proof's in the pudding. I think, Ragnow coming back right now is a really, really great thing for us because, we can't trade for anybody. The trade deadline's gone. We can't just suit up Dan Campbell, So, yeah, very, very, very great news, especially if you're a Detroit Lions fan. Terrible news if your name's Micah Parsons. So, sucks to suck. But, last year, the Lions won for the first time on Thanksgiving in a long time, and we got to watch David Montgomery eat a carrot. It was very comical. Really looking forward to the game over the weekend, but we'll get right into it as soon as we get to our predictions. However, Nick, we got a couple other headlines. Burrow's back, suiting up. Fill us in.
So I love what they did. He came out in an interview and said he thought he was ready to go last week. Zach Taylor didn't want him to play 2 games in 5 days.
Yep.
And he goes, honestly, he pretty much saved me from myself.
Yep.
But it sounds like he's ready to roll against Baltimore.
Big time.
And I love his dog Mendy. How he is just unbelievable to me. They don't care that he's 3-8. He's like, you're not going to sit me if I'm healthy. Yeah. I don't care.
Well, especially in their division, I mean, it's still wide open. Besides maybe the Browns, like, they could win out. If Cincinnati wins out and finishes 9-8, they got a shot. Not saying it's going to happen because their defense is trash, and even when Burrow was healthy, they were still scoring 49 points a game. And now T. Higgins is out. So,
But they got to start with this week. If they don't beat Baltimore, their season pretty much is over.
Yes.
Because that's who leads the division now.
Yep. Yeah, and watching Baltimore play last week against the Jets the way that they did, man, that is anybody's game.
Lamar has another toe ailment. Came out yesterday.
Yep.
So another injury for Lamar, and he already has looked not like Lamar.
Yep.
So it should be a good game.
It should be. So, yeah, Burrow's back at it. There was another one that you had brought up in our pre-meeting that I don't remember. However, I am seeing the Bills signed Braden Cooks.
Yep. Brandon.
Yeah. Braden, whatever, dude. Bounced around to enough teams. But, the Bills are in panic mode, if you ask me. They've always needed a wide receiver. But I just don't understand why they don't go and get a DK Metcalf or a frickin' George Pickens or it just doesn't make any. They keep signing these half-ass receivers. Ever since that they let Stephon Diggs go, it's just been downhill.
Yeah, and Josh Allen doesn't trust any of the guys they have now on the outside.
Yeah.
He trusts his tight ends.
Yeah.
And obviously he trusts Shakir and Brandon Cooks, another slot receiver.
Yep.
So, he likes the slot receivers, but they do not have a true number one receiver.
No, and that's even same in Green Bay. And, they don't have a single receiver with over, 500 yards this year. So it's pathetic. But that was, again, if you go back to our fantasy talk leading into this year, and I had mentioned that Green Bay had the lowest rated number one wide receiver. It was number 47. That's why. Jordan Love just spreads the ball out so goddamn much. And you got Romeo Doubs, a.k.a. the king of the frickin' stupid padding on the helmet. I don't know, man. But I also just hate the Packers, so. Yeah, okay. I don't know what the other headline was that you brought up. I know it was a relevant one.
Well, we had the Pistons, which we'll touch on later.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to get into our recap here, but I'm going to say this. Cowboys broke their franchise record for largest comeback against the Eagles. Dak Prescott is still only lost twice in his career at home versus the NFC East, which is unbelievable. It's a crazy statistic. They came back from 21 down. Jerry Jones, when it was 21-0 at halftime, looked like he was ready to off himself. He did. He looked like he was ready to literally jump out of his suite and land on the nearest fan and take their life with him. And then, for George Pickens and CeeDee to do what they did. CeeDee not so much. CeeDee keeps dropping everything. George Pickens has earned himself a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract this year.
But will Jerry pay him?
No, he won't.
He's earned it. He has totally earned it.
I could see George Pickens actually knocking the old bastard out.
If he got close enough, he just might.
That's what I'm like. Micah Parsons got that dog in him, but not that kind of dog. George Pickens has got that dog in him.
He's not Antonio Brown, but he's not far off.
Yeah.
And a lot bigger.
Yep, for sure. You know what? We forgot to get into the fantasy recap first. But we're done with headlines anyway. So for those of you that tune into the first 10 minutes of this episode for a fantasy recap, you got to listen to some headlines, but now we're going to get into it. Okay, getting in. Hey, guess what? I actually had everything pulled up and ready to go this week too, dude.
I do want to bring up one thing. What are your thoughts on actually the Texans being the number one defense in the league?
I think it's wild, but do you want to know what's even more wild to me? The fact that the top two interception leaders are on the same fucking team in the Chicago Bears. That shit pisses me off. But no, the Texans are wildly good, dude. Wildly good. I think they're leading the league in yards per game and points per game, if I remember right. Yeah,
and interceptions.
And flying under the radar.
They have more interceptions than defensive passing touchdowns.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's insane. Yep, nod to the Texans defense. Okay, let's get into our fantasy recap here. 4th and long prognosticators. Hey, Toby, how's that butt feel, bud? I beat that ass 180-87. To take a commanding 2-game lead in this league. I'm the only one that's clinched a playoff spot. I am coming. I'm coming. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I didn't even talk any shit this week to you, Toby, about it, even though it hurt me so bad. I waited till this podcast to say anything. I wanted to send you the meme of the Hulk taking Loki and smashing him back and forth because that's what I felt like I was doing to you this week. But I'm doing really good. If I would have beat Brad 2 weeks ago, I'd have a commanding 3-game lead in this league, and I should have did that. However, it is what it is. But, yeah, I'm excited. As I said, Beer Belly Bombers beat out the Icky Settle 180-87, almost a 100-point difference. Shit Baby What beat out Hurtin' for a title 125-105. Jared's Not Branham's put up a ass whooping on Big Bush League 175-109. Moran beat down Scary Terry and the IR Gang 130-101. Man beat Two Girlies One Cup 132-80. And in the matchup of the week, Chase and TDs fell to F Your Couch 89-87, and that's what gave me my 2-game lead. That 2-point game, Chase and TDs fell from 2nd to 6th with that loss. There are, if you look at the standings, it's me at the top at 9-3. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys tied at 7-5. Yep. So pretty wild scenario in the 4th and Long Prognosticators League. However, moving on to the league. Week 12. All right. Dicker and the Brown took it to Catalina's Pillows 147-119. My playoff hopes stay alive by about this much in the league. Lil Conks edged out Moody as fuck 118-111. Scotty Doesn't Know Fantasy is on a tear towards the end of the season. Scott, you're like renowned for this at this point. You like play like shit the first 10 weeks of the year, and then for some reason you start scoring 180-220 a game and just wreck it. Ralph. So, but you put the same spanking on Blair that I did on Toby 182-106. Ricky P5272, fucking lamest name in this league. Beat out Morty 147-137. Nick changed his team name to the Replacements and got a victory. Got a victory.
I'm here to fuck up people's year.
I'm here to fuck up people's year.
I'm here to be a spoiler.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at too, dude. So you ended up beating out Thomas Conks Crushers 166-146. Pigskin Princess ended up beating out her husband, Team Kaziski Kush 195-103. Sarah's in the same boat that I am in with the fact that we have Jameer Gibbs and JSN. That's going to win it for us, dude. I mean, those two guys last week would have beat Toby with me starting nobody else.
But here's the thing. What did we learn about the NFL this year? Nothing, because you never know what's going to happen this year.
Yeah, you watch your mouth. All right. Moving on to Blood, Sweat, and Beers. I got a dub again in this one, sitting in 5th at 7-5. I got a really good chance to make the playoffs again, even after the atrocious start. How did I start 0-5? Oh, I'm sorry, 0-4. I started 0-4, and I'm now 7-5. What a year, Nick! I have a chance to keep this
head-to-head.
I have a chance to keep this here. I do. And on top of that, I have a very, very good chance to have another trophy next to it. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, and I don't care. So, I'm pumped. We went from me and you week 10 were like, fuck fantasy football. We fucking suck. Now we're both like, so you're telling me there's a chance.
And I'm still second in the league in points for, and I'm going to get screwed on the head-to-head matchups.
Yeah, you are, 4th, 5th in points. But, dude, we got guys that have 1,900, 1,800, 1,900, 1,800, 1,800, 1,900, and then the last teams are 17, 16, 15, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shout out Steven, Sawyer, and Janae. You've all been eliminated. So, sorry. But, yeah, rough season for them three, to say the least. All right, into the scoreboard. No Souls 2.0. Took it to Gingerkilla 150 to 119. Rocky like a Burrow cane fell to Straight Out of Hale 151 to 128. Big old TDs beat out Wobble Pops 155 to 127. MGM Superstars, who has put together a very good streak here, winning 4 in a row now, beat out Love Hauling in L's 157 to 121. Take It Gently fell to the man in Jameer 173 to 147. Honestly, dude, you win that game if Jameer Gibbs had a regular game.
Not 55 points.
Not 50, not the third highest scoring fantasy game of all time. And the Nail Painter and the Dog took high score against Lick Macaque 185 to 140. So, yeah, that's going to wrap up our fantasy football recap for this week. And we already got into our headlines. So,
at least both of us got screwed by his team. Jonathan Taylor put up 50 against you when you played him, and Gibbs put up 55 against me when I played him.
Yeah.
Not much you can do when that happens.
No, there's not. And, having, like I said, me on the other team that I'm in first place on, I mean, here's my team, dude. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know how I've gotten so lucky that I've skated with very minimal injury. But this is where I'm sitting. Trevor Lawrence, JSN, Zay Flowers, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, Travis Kelce, Ladd McConkey, TJ Stroud, who's been really my only injury. Denver's defense, Javonte Williams, Tracy Jr., Josh Downs, RJ Harvey, and I just picked up Alan Lazard because I figured someone's got to catch balls in New York. So
no, they don't actually.
No, they don't actually.
Come to find out, they really don't.
Yeah, but I'm projected to beat Hurton for a title 149 to 125 this week. But, this is why I don't like Yahoo Fantasy, okay? CJ Stroud's not playing. The Texans have already come out and said that, but he's still questionable. So I have to wait till they put him out and pick up another quarterback. It's just stupid. Yahoo.
Yeah, I already got him on my IR, so that doesn't bother me. I don't have to move him.
Yes, but did you know that if he's on your IR and questionable, it will not let you make a move?
Yeah, I'm very well aware of that. But there's no other moves to make. Have you looked at the waiver wire?
Hey, man, there's always a move to make. I've also made the least amount of moves in this league. I've only done 8. I've only done 8. Second place is 12. Jesus Christ, Matt, you've made 36 waiver wire transactions. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I've been up there. I've been injury-ridden like all hell.
Well, yeah. Well, you got a decent squad there, Matt and Shane, but I think when it comes down to it, buddy, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Beer Belly Bomber's coming for it. All right, let's move on to our Week 12 recap here. Okay. All right, Thursday Night Football was a mind blower. Kind of a boring game to watch. However, Davis Mills is 3-0. He beat the Bills 23-19. Nick, give us your thoughts on Davis Mills' play.
Well, I don't have much on Davis Mills' play. Davis Mills didn't beat the Bills. The Texans' defense beat the Bills. They absolutely made Josh Allen look like a child.
Yeah.
He couldn't throw. He couldn't run. He couldn't do anything without getting drilled. Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen anybody make Josh Allen look that uncomfortable in quite a while.
Yeah, it's true. I will say their defense is incredible. However, Josh Allen's definitely having an off year, period. I mean, he's comes out one week, has 6 total touchdowns. Following week, doesn't have any. I mean, it's been a really bipolar year in general, but yeah. I'm going to skip ahead to a game here to talk about this, speaking of kind of being rigged.
Well, I will say, though, with this, without Kincaid, he's fucked.
Yeah.
With not having a number one, Kincaid is his number one.
Yes.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah, that is very true. And having a number one be a tight end isn't a very good move.
No, it's not.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump ahead here to talk about the Browns-Raiders game. I'd like to give a shout-out to Myles Garrett. You are a freak of nature, and you're going to break the record, and I couldn't be happier for you, but I'd be even happier for you if you wouldn't have been on the Browns and been on the Lions. However, the over-under for that game was 35.5. I'm sorry, it was 34.5, okay? The final score ended up being 24-10. When there was 50 seconds left in the game, the Browns punted from their opponent's 29-yard line. There's never been a punt in the NFL inside of the 30-yard line, and there was in this game. If there'd have been a field goal, they'd have hit the over. I don't know, dude. It's just getting so. It's just they're not even trying to hide it anymore, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it was rigged. I just think it got to a point where they're like, we don't need to score anymore, and our defense is killing them. Let's just throw Myles Garrett back on the field, see if we can get him another sack.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude.
At this point, Cleveland's season is lost.
Yeah.
The only thing their season has is Myles Garrett getting the record sack.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true. Very true. But Browns ended up winning that game 24-10. So Geno Smith looked like shit. He got fined for flipping off his own fans when he left. Then he scrutinized Raiders ownership for Chip Kelly for the offensive coordinator position. Literally said, I think, something along the lines of, the play calling's been great, but the execution is awful. And then that's not his fault. And he's right. That is not Chip Kelly's fault. So,
but that's how it goes.
It's a mess over there. I got a really big dot in the middle of my screen I got to get rid of at some point. Oh, well, it's going to have to live there for this episode.
That's how it goes, though. You know that. When your team's reeling, the first people are the go are the coordinators. Always.
Yep. Yeah, which is ridiculous.
It's sad, but true.
Man, yeah. It's right
I mean, it should be old man Geno, but there's nothing you can do about it now. Now you just got to wait till the offseason and see if you can trade him to somebody that needs a backup that can pick up some of that salary, so you're just not eating all of it.
Yep, for sure. For sure.
And frankly, they have what? Kenny Pickett?
Yeah. They need a reset. I mean, poor Pete Carroll gets thrown to the frickin' wolves over there, dude. It was bad, so.
I really thought Geno would have a better response. With Pete
way better response. Way better.
He leads the league in interceptions, and
yeah,
you can't blame play calling on you throwing that many interceptions. You're throwing into double coverage all the time. You don't have Devontae Adams out there. You don't have DK Metcalf, and you're throwing deep balls into single coverage with like 5'9" receivers.
Yeah, good luck. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to say my piece on that punt from the 29. So, all right, going back to it, the Devil Worshippers found a way to win in overtime against the Colts. I don't know how they keep doing it, dude. I really don't. Bunch of questionable calls again in this game. Daniel Jones, though, doesn't know how to win a big game. He's got no idea. So, I don't know. Chiefs ended up winning 23-20, as I said, in overtime. Where do you think the Colts are at?
I think the Chiefs just gave the rest of the league the actual playbook on how to beat them.
Yeah.
You stack up the box. You shut Jonathan Taylor down.
Yep.
You make Daniel Jones beat you over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely the recipe to beat the Colts.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Don't let Jonathan Taylor run for 250 and 3 tutties. And if you do, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And I actually picked the Chiefs in that game because I thought that's exactly what they would do.
I know. They were favored in it, money. I just doesn't make any sense.
The only reason I picked them is because I've watched their defensive line against every other team that had great rushing attacks, and they have loaded up and stopped the rush and made the quarterback beat them.
Yeah.
I just hope Daniel Jones gets his head out of his butt and starts actually have the resurgence.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. I'm as I said, I'm sick of watching the same goddamn teams win week after week. It's just getting old. I'm ready to watch somebody different. Yeah, start losing games again. But all right, moving on. Brian, shout out Brian, came to me last week and said, or to whatever it was, and said, calling the Titans to beat the Seahawks over the weekend. And God damn it if they almost didn't do that. Sam Darnold has not looked very good the last couple weeks, but Seahawks took it 30-24. JSN at the end of week 12 has already broken Seattle Seahawks record for most receiving yards in a season. He's a freak, dude. It's unreal what he's doing. He's gonna end up winning me a fantasy football championship. What are your overall thoughts on JSN this year, man?
Dude, these Ohio State receivers, much as it kills my soul, they're starting to run the league.
They are.
They just go off.
Wide receiver university, dude.
Well, them and LSU. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. The separation he gets once the ball is in the air is what amazes me.
It's insane.
They're side by side when the ball gets fucking left, and once it actually comes down, he's a yard away.
Yeah, it's wild. Cam Ward, hopefully he could stick it out there without killing somebody. Got kind of a sneak peek in a little YouTube spot recently on the Titans' new stadium that they're opening. Does look pretty crazy, but the kid's video is taking this video, goes, yeah, they got all these highlights of the team and everything, but nobody breathed a word to the fact that they're 1-9, which I thought was funny. But what do you think? It's an outdoor stadium because it's in Nashville. They're speculating that that they could potentially host a Super Bowl. What are your thoughts on that?
I think they absolutely could, especially with how the city of Nashville is in general.
But February in Nashville still isn't. It's winter.
It's still Nashville.
Yeah.
I think that's still a good host.
I mean, if you get 45-degree weather, I mean, it's not bad. But if it ends up snowing at a Super Bowl, dude, that just, I don't know, man. And
as long as they throw country music on at halftime, that place will be booming.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But, Seahawks are still playing decent. Titans are still playing like garbage. I find it wildly hilarious that the Giants are the first team that has been eliminated from the playoffs, but yet a team that only has one victory still isn't.
Well, different conference.
I know, but damn, dude, it's crazy.
The NFC is better than the AFC this year, and it's been a long time since we've been able to say that.
Yeah, it's a very long time, that's for sure. All right. Packers, Vikings. Packers took it to them. J.J. McCarthy was seeing ghosts. I just don't know what's going on over in Minnesota that is. I mean, I really know what it is. JJ is just not the quarterback. Everybody drafted him on the fact that he won in high school and college. Does not translate into the NFL. It doesn't, and this is proof in the pudding. I still don't know how he was able to beat the Lions. Still think that game was rigged. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Vikings right now?
I love JJ, and I hate to get technical on this, and listen to Dan Orlovsky the other day actually made a lot of great points. If you watch the way he drops back, his wide stance, he's got no power behind the ball. He's spread, and then he can't run, and he's hesitant. He's not throwing to a spot. He's waiting for it to open. And in the NFL, that's going to be an interception.
100%.
I mean, you have to throw to a spot. These guys are so great. You can't just wait for it to be open.
Yeah.
And you have Justin Jefferson. Just throw to any spot within 10 foot.
10 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I was thinking maybe they were going to make a move for a veteran quarterback. But yeah, I think you put it the right way, dude. If I'm the Vikings, dude, I got to be kicking myself for letting Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold walk last year.
Well, Daniel Jones not so much. Sam Darnold, yeah. Nobody expected Daniel Jones to have a resurgence. No. Sam Darnold was a real question mark after the year he had. And I think what made them walk was this playoff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of curious to see how this year plays out because there's one really hard game this year. He threw up a goose egg.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been killing it, but the one hardest game he had, he kind of buckled.
Yeah, I can see it in there. Stupid dot. It's going to piss me off. Okay. Yeah, Packers won 23-6. Moving on. I'm not going to talk about the Packers either. They can eat a cheese grater. Okay. Ravens looked like dog shit against the Jets. They still won the game 23-10, but just give us the breakdown on the game, Nick.
The Ravens' offense still isn't there.
Nope.
They don't have an offense. They're not breaking out runs. They're having offensive line problems like a lot of the good teams that were last year. Like the Lions, the Eagles. Their offensive line is not what it was. And they're doing better with Mitchell going outside than they are Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I think the king is being unthroned as of this year.
I don't think he's being unthrown. I think he needs to find a team that can block for him.
Yeah, something like that. But Lamar doesn't look. Lamar's already been sacked more times this year than he was all last year. I think he's already thrown more interceptions this year than he did all last year.
And he was out for a month.
Yep.
That should tell you about the offensive line right there.
But at the end of the day, they're still leading their division.
Yeah, finally. Nobody was saying that when they were 1-5 and he was getting massacred.
Wonder if those Cancun trips are refundable.
I'm sure Lamar probably canceled them himself.
Something like that. Okay.
You're all going to Maine.
Yeah, to a lobster training camp.
Yeah, in the middle of winter. I switch your flights.
Okay, moving on to a game that literally made me want to throw up for 3 hours straight. The Lions never led in this game until overtime. Throwing that one out there. The Lions ended up winning 34-27 against the Giants in overtime. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but the Giants are the worst team in the NFL this season.
You were 100% right.
Yeah, like if the NFL only played 3 quarters of football, I think the Giants would be damn near undefeated this season.
Yeah, they would have the best record.
They would, like 110%. Brian Daboll would still have a job. He wouldn't have had to cancel his subscription with the Beard Club. But here they are, dude. I mean, Jameis Winston came out and made us look like a chump team, man. I mean, talking with Jordan, who's at that game, I'm like, well, it's probably a pretty exciting game to watch. He goes, fuck no. He goes, everybody was fucking pissed the whole game. He's like, no one was loud. Everyone was booing. It was bullshit. And I'm just starting to wonder, Dan Campbell's calling our plays again. And I know you can say, oh, yeah, he's talking back and forth with them. What the fuck is John Morton doing now? What is he doing?
Calming people down on the sidelines. It's got to be about the only job he has.
He sits in the booth.
Well, then he ain't doing much.
He's not doing jack shit, dude. I called it from the beginning that I thought he was going to be a fucking piece of shit. And God damn it, I'm sick of being fucking right. If we're going to do anything, I would just fire his useless ass and just fucking let Dan Campbell finish the season out making the play calls. Because, again, even in the game that we lost a couple weeks ago, play calls are there. Execution, dog shit. And you're right. Jared Goff's been getting hit so fucking much that he's seeing fucking stars, and he's scared. And he's fucking scared to play the football that he knows that he can play. And until I'm glad Frank's coming back. It'll be a huge boost for us. I really hope that it makes that difference to get Jared back to playing like he should be at that MVP level. But John Morton needs to kick rocks this year, dude. He does. After the season, he needs to go. So, it's my hot take.
Well, my thoughts on this are Jameis has done exactly what Jameis does. He creates a spark.
Yeah.
I don't know how he doesn't get a job on like Oakland or somebody. This is what Jameis does.
Yeah.
You throw the playbook out, you do whatever. Jameis will create offense. He always has.
But we didn't pick him off, did we?
No.
The man that literally invented the interception, the Lions can intercept.
But what's most embarrassing is he caught a pass and broke a tackle from our linebacker. To me, that was the most embarrassing.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, whatever. He's an athlete. So.
When have you ever seen him run? Yeah, athlete my ass. He's too big.
Oh, I love it. All right, heartbreak game of the week, though. The Bears keep finding ways to win. I just don't. It makes me physically sick to my stomach to keep saying this every week. I cannot wait to play these asshats again to beat them 49-0 and put them in their fucking place. Bears ended up beating the Steelers 31-28. I think it's the first time in Aaron Rodgers' career that he lost to the Bears.
Well, he didn't lose.
Oh, he didn't play. That's right. Ah, okay. That's why that fucking asshat didn't play. What a cocksucker. I bet you the farm that's why he didn't play. It was his left fucking hand that was hurt, pussy. God.
Let me hit your left wrist with a hammer and tell you to get into an NFL game. I can't say I blame the guy.
I do.
Mike Tomlin held him out, by the way.
Well, that's because Mike Tomlin knows he's getting fired at the end of this year anyways.
No, he's not. Mike Tomlin's damn near going to own the team by the time he retires.
I just realized I got the Pistons game on ESPN and Fox Sports Detroit. And they're like 10 seconds off from each other. They're like 10 seconds off. Oh, that's funny. Gotta love it. Okay. Anyways, I'm all over the place today. So
here's my hot take on the Steelers. Fucking get away from Jalen Warren and use Kenneth Gainwell more.
Yeah, 100%.
Every time you do, your offense just increases significantly.
Starts clicking.
I know you like Jalen Warren. I know he's more between the tackles, but you do so much better with Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. All right. Yeah, fuck the Bears. Okay. Patriots barely edged out the Bengals, which I thought kind of put me on fraud watch for the Patriots. They ended up winning 26-20. Flacco didn't look very good, but I think he's still battling some sort of injury. I don't know. I'm glad Will Campbell, though, he went down hurt, looked really significant. It doesn't seem like he's going to be out for an extended period of time. May miss a couple of games. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the game?
I'm not as worried about the Patriots as everybody else seems to be. The Bengals have a lot of losses, but if you look, it's a lot of close games.
It is.
The Bengals know how to make it close.
But they just don't know how to win.
Yeah, and they just can't do it. But the Patriots, yeah, they'll be fine. They got the best record right now, and yeah, they do have a lot of injuries. That does concern me. Their offensive line injuries concern me a lot.
Yep.
But as a team, I think they're doing okay, and they have a decent schedule. It's not, ruthful at the end of the year. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Again, if I'm Josh Allen, I got to be kicking myself for not taking my window while I had it. Because Drake May seems like the answer in New England. So, time will tell. All right.
The problem is Josh Allen can't kick himself because they won't buy him a receiver.
But we have 3 tight ends.
Yeah. They might get a 4th one, but they still won't buy him a fucking receiver.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
All right. Talked about Browns Raiders. Moving on. Jags Cards. I can't believe that game went to overtime. I mean, like, if I'm the Jaguars, I'm going, what happened? Trevor Lawrence looked like regular Trevor Lawrence. The Cardinals just got a backup quarterback. Their number 1 wide receiver's out. Their number 1 running back's out. Their defense looks like shit. It's a mess in Arizona. So, but the Jags keep finding ways to win, dude. It's kind of nuts. So, I'll give it to Liam Cohen. I thought he was going to be like the least successful first-year coach all year. And then Aaron Glenn took that fucking baton and is just running through downtown New York naked. So, just running.
Dude, his first interview when he was, Duval. I saw some Dan Campbell in him, though. I'm like, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he's going to create some spark.
He's just someone. Does he never played football, right? He just coached.
Not to my knowledge.
He's just just like when Matt Patricia was in Detroit, no one respected him because he was a fat fuck that just wanted to yell at players and never played the game. You got to have a certain level of respect for your coach, like when he's like that Browns offensive lineman coach, every time he goes, Hut! His gut just fucking moves like this, Like, you have to have a certain level of respect. And obviously, Liam Cohen proved me wrong because I just thought, I'm like, if I'm a player, dude, I'm just looking at this guy like, who fucking hired this fruitcake? But I'm putting my foot in my mouth, Liam. I'm putting it in my mouth. You proved me wrong. And you got a really good squad down there in Duval. So, hats off to you, brother.
There's the difference, though, between good coaches and, ex-coaches or ex-players.
Yep.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah. Yep, big time. All right. Yeah, comeback of the week we kind of spoke on earlier. Cowboys ended up beating the Eagles 24-21. The Eagles are starting to turn into my new Chiefs, so I'm really happy. As much as it hurts me to say, like, I'm happy the Cowboys won, I'm just happy to see the Eagles lose even more. So, but yeah, fuck Jerry Jones, right?
Yeah, I can't elaborate on what I said earlier, but yeah.
I can't elaborate on it. Yeah, we want to keep our channel. I don't want to get banned the week before our year anniversary. That'd be kind of funny, actually.
It'd be a hell of an anniversary.
A hell of an anniversary. Yeah, we got to start a new channel, guys. Nick said the end. No,
but I will say, with how that game started, and that offense just did nothing. Like, it was kind of unbelievable. I know Dallas's defense is definitely better. The trades they made their defense formidable. I mean, they're not great.
Yeah.
But formidable.
Yep.
And to not score anything in the last three quarters is just, you might want to look in the mirror, bud.
Yeah, that's really bad. But hey, A.J. Brown got stats for fantasy, so I'm not bitching.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah, I'm happy. He's happy. Nick Sirianni went home and had tears in his cum. So,
yeah, they're probably gonna, want him fired again, and then he'll win another Super Bowl because they want him fired. Maybe these Eagle fans just need to boo him for life.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe that's what motivates him.
Can you imagine, like, Lincoln Financial Stadium doing a giveaway that every fan that comes to the next home game gets a fuck Nick Sirianni t-shirt?
Yeah, and a free Molotov. Like, it's fun.
A free Molotov. No, we don't need to be giving the city of Philadelphia Molotovs, Nick. That'd start World War III, dude, with themselves.
Yeah, the whole city would burn down. Unemployment rate would go down a couple of %.
Yeah. All right, Dirty Birds outdid the Saints 24-10. Kirk Cousins didn't look terrible, but it's hard to take a level of gauge on your talent level against the Saints. So I don't know. What were your thoughts?
He looked like Kirk Cousins, and I'll just leave it at that.
It's very vanilla.
Yeah, very flatline.
Yeah. Yep, he got the win though. Give him that.
Yep.
Which is something he couldn't do last year.
He looked like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. All right. And talk about, Buccaneers, the first 6 games of the year this year were like one of the best teams in the NFL. Last 3, 4, 5 weeks, it's been just a total derailment of their train. Fell to the Rams 34-7. Now, Rams are arguably, and not even so much arguably, I would say they're the best team in the league right now. Defense, offense. Matt Stafford has given Devontae Adams looks like he's in his prime right now, which is insane. I also find it insane, that Matt Stafford, I believe, is 37. Everybody's speculating whether he'll come back next year or not. And 38. Tom Brady comes out and says, nah, bro, you still got 7 more years in the tank. Yeah, no way, dude. I'm sorry, Tom, but you didn't have 2 dislocated shoulders and a wife that probably beat you in your sleep. And
Tom Brady didn't play for the Lions for a ton of years and got his ass kicked every fucking day.
You want to know what really fucking sucks the most, though, dude, is Matt Stafford will always be remembered as a Ram now.
I don't care. I always loved the guy.
Yeah, but somebody made that, and I think it was Joe Burrow in an interview. He goes, yeah, Thanksgiving's a special part of me, watch Matt Stafford throw for 300 or 400 yards and then lose. And he's not wrong, dude. It was just we set him up for nothing but failure the entire time he was in Detroit, and it sucks, but proof's in the pudding that he was the guy because he went away in his first season in a new system with a new coach and new players and wins a ship. I mean, and for Davante Adams to come out and say that Matt Stafford's the best quarterback that's ever thrown to him, that's got to stick in Aaron Rodgers' craw, dude.
But you want to talk about a real dog, though. That guy lived and died for us. He didn't miss many games. He played with broken shit all the time, back problems.
Yep.
He is a dog. I have so much respect for Matthew Stafford.
I got not a bad word to say about him at all. Not a
30-2 this year, when they didn't even know if his back would be healthy enough to start week 1.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's broken the record for most touchdown passes without an interception, I think.
It's freaking nuts. And he looks at Davante Adams one-on-one and goes, that's funny.
Yeah, I think didn't Davante Adams break the record for most 1-yard touchdown catches, I think, last week?
I'm not sure on that one. Not 1-yard touchdowns.
I think he did. I think if he's not in first, he's in second for sure. I think he's got like 14 career 1-yard touchdowns, which is kind of nuts if you think about it.
Yeah, he beats him at the line, and you're fucked.
Yeah. Yep.
And this year on goal line, he is 8 for 9 on touchdown completions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nuts.
You're not stopping him. If you want to put one man on him, then, well, he's going to score.
Yeah.
And to me, what still amazes me is the Stafford no-look passes.
I know. And, in talking about the NFC West, like, who would have thought, especially with all the injuries that the 49ers have seen this year, that they would be the best division in football this year?
Dude, and honestly, nobody knew how Sam Darnold was going to be.
And he's been killing it. I mean,
yeah, he's been awesome.
Yep.
It's been a hell of a division.
It has. So speaking of the 49ers, on Monday Night Football, they took it to the Panthers 20-9 in the Interception Bowl. I want to say there was, 8 interceptions in this game or something?
No, there was 5.
It's more than that. There had to have been. I think one team had 4 alone. Anyways, irrelevant. It was a bad game to watch. Christian McCaffrey, I think Kyle Shanahan just said, you know what, CMC, this is your old squad. You call the plays, dude. You just steamroll them. He had himself a game. I think he's the only one that scored. Juwan Jennings got punched in the cock. So it was definitely, and of course I pick up Bryce Young coming off a 450-yard fucking game for him to throw 12 yards and no fucking touchdowns. So, yeah!
Well, that game won me our Pick'em League that I do with John and them guys.
Oh, really? Nice.
So there was 4 of us tied, and when you're tied, it comes down to the total score on closest 2. And they all bet above me, and I put 40 points because I didn't think that game would be over 40 points.
No.
And it sure as hell wasn't.
Sure as hell wasn't. Love it.
J.C. Horn had an amazing game. Showed why he got that, $126 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
But both offenses just didn't look very good.
Not at all. No.
And the Niners offense, there isn't an offense. It's called Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, exactly. They got a fucking practice squad offensive line. I'm sorry. I'm going to stick to my guns on this. Brock Purdy's trash. I still think he is. He's the only NFL quarterback this year, backup or starter, that has 3 interceptions and a half. So
we're going to run screens, and even if we put you outside, it's still going to 23.
It's going to get to a point where, like, CMC's going to line up in Wildcat and just fucking throw it to himself.
And the problem with him is you can't do like a Jonathan Taylor and Gibbs. They don't run routes like CMC.
They don't.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Whether
I want to also
him outside.
I want to give a nod to Jahmyr Gibbs' touchdown that he caught last week. Caught it on his fingertips, was stumbling out of bounds, got the ball in his left hand and got it into the pylon. That was like top 3 sickest touchdowns of the year, hands down, if not one of the top 10 sickest freaking touchdowns of all time. That was crazy, dude. Super wild. Totally flew under the radar, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, when you break out an overtime winner, it does kind of fly under the radar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. All right, I just had a good idea. Okay, that wraps up our Week 12 recap. Now we're going to get right into our pick'ems here. We're running on a little longer episode here, so we've had a lot to cover, though. The hell, Week 14? Why is Week 14 so skimpy on games?
Oh, you looking at the weekend instead of Thursday, Friday, or?
No, there's only... Next week, it's only got 14 games on the slate on this thing I'm looking at. Something's got to be jacked up. Maybe not. Huh. Strange. All right, not going to get into it. That's 2 weeks from now, or next week. So, okay, Week 13. Tomorrow, first off, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate all you guys supporting us still through this, and it will be our year anniversary special next week. It'll probably be a little bit longer of an episode celebrating our year, dude. I can't believe it's been a year since we started this. My kid's going to be a year old. It's fucking wild, man. But all right, let's get into our predictions. Lions-Packers, I think we all know who we're taking. I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the Lions by 3 scores. I think we're going to come out with the hype from Frank Ragnow, the hype from it being Thanksgiving. I think we're going to stick it to them. Who you got?
Well, obviously, I got the Lions. But I'm thinking by 7, and here's what I'm hoping. So a couple teams did this back when Micah was in Dallas. They let him run free instead of try to double team him.
Yeah.
And plan around him running free. We got Gibbs out there. We got Amaron. We got Jameson. You can run shit around that instead of putting 2 guys on him.
Yep.
Then you don't have to worry about him. And you wear him out. And then by the 3rd or 4th quarter, he's been running all game.
Yep.
Then you go at him.
Yeah. Yeah, then you don't even need a double team. Then you can just block him.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%, dude. I love that. Absolutely love it. Yeah, look into it. All right. Yeah, Lions-Packers. I'm taking Lions. All right. This is a game that I hope ends in a tie. I do. The 4 o'clock game on Thanksgiving is the Chiefs and the Cowboys.
I don't hope this ends in a tie. Honestly, I want to see the Chiefs win. I want to see the Cowboys season over. I'm really sick about hearing their so what resurgence with a losing record.
Yeah.
They're going to lock down George Pickens. CeeDee Lamb, I think, is going to have a huge day. And I think the Chiefs are going to pull this out, though. I think it's going to be a 3-point game.
I just still can't in good conscience pick the Chiefs, so I'm picking the Cowboys. So,
whatever.
Whatever.
Fuck Jerry Jones.
Fuck Jerry Jones.
Fuck him.
All right, the 8 o'clock game. Yeah, the 8 o'clock game on Thanksgiving night, tomorrow night. Bengals-Ravens. Should be a good game, especially with Burrow playing. Who you got?
Dude, this kills my soul to say this, but I think with Lamar's toe ailment, whatever the hell that means, and Joe Burrow coming back, I think the Bengals end up pulling this out.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Bengals. Excuse me. I'm taking the Bengals as well for a couple of reasons. One, they played the Patriots very well last week. They did. Without Jamar Chase and Burrow. They get Chase back. They get Burrow back. And I know Higgins is out. He should only be out a week. I got the Bengals all day in this, especially after the way that they played, the Ravens played against the Jets and the way the Bengals played against the Patriots. So, yeah, give me the Bengals all day long. I even think it's going to be a shootout. I do. I think it might end up being like 37-32, something like that. You know what I mean? Some weird score, high score.
You're more hopeful than I am on that.
What's that?
You're more hopeful than I am on that.
I don't know, dude. Bengals defense sucks. Ravens defense don't look that hot right now still, even though they're healthy. I don't know. We'll see. So, all right. I got a Black Friday game that, again, this one I really hope ends in a tie. Bears-Eagles.
I think the Eagles bounce back and take out the Bears.
I hope so. I hope the Eagles win by like 500 fucking points. And I'm seriously, I'm being dead honest. Like, there's gonna be someone that worships the devil every year. And if the Chiefs miss the playoffs and the Eagles make it, the Eagles are gonna be the devil worshipers next year. So it's just remember that, Nick Sirianni. Do you want to be known as the devil worshipers, or do you want to keep that hat with Andy Reid?
Well, if he gets another ring and he's standing here like this, I don't think he gives a fuck.
You know what, Nick? You should watch your goddamn mouth sometimes, all right?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I just hope the Bears don't have a great run defense. And I know Lane Johnson's out, but I hope they start to find the running game with Saquon against the Bears.
Yeah, we'll see.
Their passing game's fucked.
Yep. All right. Bum bowl of the week here. Saints, Dolphins.
Oh, give me the Dolphins all day. They've looked better than the Saints have.
Yeah, they have. Tua's hit and miss, but yeah, I got Tua for sure in this one.
Tua Tard had a week off, you know.
All right, Texans Colts should be a good one, dude. Who you got?
I just think the Colts are reeling at this point with the Texans defense. I got the Texans in this, even with Davis Mills.
Dude, well, I mean, he's 3-0, and I get that it's not totally him, but like it just proof in the pudding that a defense can win you games, even with a mediocre quarterback. So, yeah, give me the Texans in this one as well. I think, the Colts are at home, but I just don't see. If they can stop Jonathan Taylor, they will win this game, period.
And I think they will.
Me too. All right. Another bum bowl.
Yes.
Battle of the backups here. You ready?
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Falcons, Jets.
Oh, God. Dude, that's... Even being a bumble, I can't pick the Jets. Give me the
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, how the fuck?
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins.
And he has B.J. Robinson, so, like.
Yeah. I got to run with the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dirty Birds, too, man. By, 13.
There is no getting into detail in this game, though. It's so shitty.
There's no getting. Surprised it's not fucking on tomorrow. Yeah. Or Sunday night or Monday night.
They should just play it today at 5 o'clock is what they should
just play it today.
Yeah, 5 o'clock, not prime time. Just get it out of the way.
Love it. All right. 49ers, Browns.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. I'm going to roll with Myles Garrett. Getting a few more sacks, and I'm not saying his name, but just give me the Browns.
Just give me the Browns. No, dude, I think Myles Garrett might start at quarterback. So I'm going to take the Browns solely because if they can stop Christian McCaffrey, they'll win. And because Brock Purdy can't throw a football more than 15 yards because he weighs 15 pounds. But yeah, give me the Browns all day. But, you want to know something, though? Not to get on this topic because we agreed we weren't going to get on it. But if the Browns do win, you realize it's going to start a whole fucking stir shit show, right?
We're not talking about it this week.
I'm just telling you, dude, if the Browns win, we're gonna be forced to. So
I know. Next week is another week.
It is. Moving on. Yeah. Rams, Panthers.
Garrett.
Rams, Panthers. Who you got?
Oh, the Rams are going to embarrass them.
If you see me doing this, I apologize, but there's been a fly that's been fucking with me this whole episode. I'm not tripping.
Or is he?
Yeah. Ooh, you'll never know. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so I didn't mean to interrupt you. Rams, Panthers.
No, the Rams are going to embarrass them. If they look like that against a 49ers defense, our Rams have such a better defense.
Yeah. Yeah, give me the Rams all day. I don't see the Rams getting slowed down anytime soon, dude. They're just steamrolling. As long as Puka can stay healthy. And
when he didn't, they killed everybody.
Yeah.
This is going to be a 4-score game.
Yeah, probably will. Jags, Titans.
Oh, man. Jesus. This is some terrible football this week. Jags are going to win by at least 2 scores.
Hot take. Give me the Titans. Give me the Titans. They're at home. Jacksonville's coming off, barely beating the Arizona Cardinals.
You are tripping.
Give me the Titans. Give me the Titans, dude. Titans almost beat the Seahawks last week, and the Seahawks would beat the Jacksonville 99 times out of 100 this year. So, give me the Titans.
Okay.
Cardinals, Bucks.
Now, I think this one could be interesting. Give me the Cardinals in this.
Really?
I like Jacoby Brissett in this.
All right.
They've been close every week, and Baker, their team is so injury-ridden. His shoulder is better than they thought, but it's still not good.
It's not. It's going to be really hard for me to pick the Cardinals because I just went on this rant about how big of a shit show that they are as an organization right now. So give me the Bucks. Bucks are at home. They got Chris Godwin back.
Had him back last week. Look how that went.
I know, but it's his first game back in what, a month and a half, 2 months. I mean, cutting them some slack. I'm not picking the Cardinals. I didn't just go on this fucking rant about how terrible they are for me to pick them. So yeah, give me the Bucs. Vikings Seahawks.
Oh God, we don't even have to talk about this. Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks all day. JJ gonna see ghosts. This game should actually be really good. Are you ready? Bills Steelers.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I think Rodgers is coming back.
You better.
Give me the Steelers in this one. I don't know why, but
I'm taking the Steelers too. They're at home. The Bills are playing like dog shit. Aaron Rodgers will be back from injury. I got Steel City all day long. Well, Mike Tomlin still has to go 500. So.
Yeah, he always does.
All right. This game should be interesting too, just because I think one team is clearly a favorite and going to win, but they also are a very hit and miss team. Chargers Raiders.
Dude, I agree with you, but the Raiders are just so bad.
Yeah, they are.
I can't, in good faith, pick them to beat anybody.
No, I'm taking the Chargers for sure. Yeah, taking the Chargers for sure, but I think it will be like a one-score game. I do. I just think Justin Herbert just hasn't played very well. I think honestly Jim Harbaugh is just beating the absolute shit out of him to the point that he can't play good football.
It'll be 10-7.
10-7. I did say a one-score game. I just didn't say.
I agree.
3-0. 3-0.
I don't see another 0. Give me 10-7.
Yeah. All right. This game, the Sunday night game this week, should be a blowout on paper. But we'll see because the team that should win doesn't blow teams out. Broncos, Commanders.
Well, obviously I'm going to pick the Broncos.
Yes.
But it depends on how Bo Nix plays in the first 3 quarters because he's not very good at it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, this game can come down and be 17-17 in the fourth quarter with the ball in Marcus Mariota's hands for him to throw another interception, for Bo Nix to drive down the field, for Will Lutz to hit another game-winning field goal. That's literally how I see this game playing out, 20-17. So, yeah, give me the Broncos. All right, wrapping up Week 13's picks here. Monday Night Football. Honestly, this is going to be an exciting game to watch. Giants-Patriots.
Oh, you were serious. I was waiting for you to finish there when you said exciting.
Hey, man.
It'll be exciting for 3 quarters.
Yeah, exactly. It will be. And I'll go to bed start of the fourth quarter because I know damn well the Patriots are going to take it.
Yeah, I don't see this being an exciting game. They just fired their defensive coordinator. They're going to be even more out of Ray than they were. Patriots all day. And why in the fuck are the Giants on primetime, for the love of God?
So that's the $1 million question we all want to know, Nick.
You guys all know the NFL can flex this shit, and they don't until week 16, 17.
Yep, you are completely correct. Okay, that's going to wrap up our NFL talk for this week. Nick, I know you want to touch on the Pistons, who are getting very late in the game in a very close game right now versus Boston.
Yes.
However, we need to touch on some NCAA football because we actually have forgotten it the last couple of weeks. So, that being said, we've mainly been covering Michigan State. The college football playoff is starting to take shape. This is the last week of regular season for college. It's unbelievable. The season's over. It's bowl season. However, Michigan State totally eliminated from bowls. Their season's done. Their season's been done. I think they need to fire their coach. I think they need to make some big-ass changes there if they want to ever compete in the next 5 years. They got to do something. It's bad in Michigan State, in Lansing. So, with that being said, Michigan played Maryland over the weekend. They won 45-20 in a very good statement win over Maryland, who's played decent this year. So, I was very happy with that. Very happy to see them also pull Bryce Underwood as well after a while. It's like game's over. Let's get this man out of here. But we got the game this weekend. Michigan, Ohio State. I sent you that video where how far back the rivalry between these two states go. And, it's been a number of years. Ryan Day has never been able to beat Michigan. I would love to keep that streak going. But, Nick, what do you think the odds are?
I think it's pretty good when they play Ohio State. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You really don't.
Yeah.
It should be a good game. It always is. But I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm hopeful too. I'm very optimistic that we can make it happen. But at the end of the day, I just want to see a good game. I just want to see a good game. That's all I really want to see. And I think we're going to get that, but it's going to be very, very tough. So we'll see. So, okay. We'll fill you in on that game after that. But, Nick, fill us in on the Pistons, and then we got to get rocking because we are over our hour this week. So.
Pistons on a 13-game heater playing Boston right now. It ties them for the longest win streak of both championship teams that we've had. Very excited about their young talent and how young they are, and they look absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Very hopeful.
Very optimistic for that. So, yeah. So tune into the Pistons. They're wrapping up their game right now. They're on Fox Sports, or not Fox Sports. Good Lord.
ESPN.
FanDuel, and they're on ESPN. It's nonsense. Fox Sports Detroit, the Bally's, yeah. Anyways, all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we are wrapping this week up. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us how wrong we are in the comments. And with that being said, we are Hulaham. Oh!